Hi, everybody. This is Blanche with Be Mighty. So, April Fool's, of course, is the day where people get to play practical jokes, but apparently it's also the day where people get to act like a bunch of dicks for some odd reason. Just to let you know what happened yesterday, my son was getting settled into the new apartment, getting all the keys and everything for him and his wife, who is coming up from San Diego. We took pictures of the apartment. We waited 40 minutes to get the keys because everything was corresponded by phone and the office was closed, so they brought out the keys for him. When we were ready to leave the apartment, after we went and viewed everything, took pictures, and he was in his, what we thought was his designated spot, a black Mercedes decided to block in my son's Jeep. And I'm like sitting there, why? What a dick move. Why would you do that? There are two open spots across from where the designated parking spots were. And as far as we were concerned, he was in the parking spot which was assigned to him according to the paperwork. Well, this lady comes out and she basically says, "You're in my parking spot." And we go, "No, you're not. We're not in your parking spot. It says 32E. And she goes, "No, it says 32I. And I go, "No, it says 32E. So we go look at the signs where it says what happened was the apartment complex decided to sit there and paint over the three lines that makes an E so that it looks like an I. Now, it's not our fault that the apartment complex was too lazy to sit there and actually scrape off the E and make it an I. So we're like saying, okay, our bad. But did you really have to sit there and block my son's car in? Especially if this is a first-time situation, couldn't you just be polite enough, park in a space across from you, and say, okay, give someone a benefit of doubt. I've never seen this vehicle before. Maybe they don't know anything. They're probably new to the neighborhood. Kind of give a little bit of a slack there. But instead, she decided to park her car behind my son and say, "Don't do it again." Like, okay, whatever. So I went to go do some stuff for my friend Jessica. Now, she's in shelter in place because of the fact that she has a compromised immune system and she has presumptive positive for the coronavirus. So when I do go visit her and she's outside, I look like a Wilson from the, Home Improvement where Tim Allen is sitting there basically talking to this guy over the fence. That's how her and I correspond, so we could keep our distance, because she takes into my health consideration. One of the things that I do is I go get her mail, get her medications, and get her food, which is what I did yesterday. When I was in the drive-thru for the medications and just sitting there waiting for everything to be processed, including any billing issues and that, some guy decided to sit there and yell, "Go inside." It's like, wait a minute, I'm doing my part in protecting myself from any possible exposure, but also making sure that the staff doesn't get any possible exposure to this coronavirus that has everybody in shelter in place. So when I leave and to go on after I get her medication, I see this guy in this white Jeep throw up his hand like he's throwing me the bird just for inconveniencing him. Well, one thing, if you ever went to a drive-thru at a pharmacy, it takes anywhere between 20 to 45 minutes to even get up to the window because everybody has to verify their information. It's not like you're going to McDonald's. You're getting drugs. They have HIPAA laws and everything else. So I rolled down my window and I said, "Coronavirus, thanks you," and drove off. While I was driving to my friend to deliver her mail and her medication, a guy decides to go sit there, cuts me off while I'm on the freeway. It's like, really? Do we have to deal with dick moves in that? Now listen, people. It's simple. I know we're going through a tough time, but there's no reason to sit there and be a dick. Everybody is suffering through this. Everybody's doing things to take in consideration. So if somebody is waiting in a drive-thru to pick up medications, whether it's for themselves or for a friend, or you have someone who's new to the neighborhood and maybe parked in your spot because they didn't know any better, because the apartment management decided not to sit there and scrape off the proper letters and mark it properly. You don't need to sit there and act like dicks and, block people in or tell people to go inside when they're doing the proper thing. Simple. Be kind, but most of all, be patient. We're all going through this. This is Blanche with Be Mighty.